Hello, welcome to another tutorial from Fluffy Cloud Syndrome. I am Jeremy, and I will be your narrator. In this tutorial, we will check out a must-have function inside the first-person character blueprint instead of a new blueprint. This function is the trace. A trace is a beam we can send from a specific point in the world across a specific distance, like a laser pointer. It allows us to interact with objects in the world. Open the first-person character blueprint and, for the love of God, turn off the bubbles in the comment boxes. Create a new function. Get the first-person camera and drag it in the blueprint. From the camera, drag and select the Get World Location node. This node gives us the location of the camera in the world. Right-click and type Line Trace, then select the Line Trace by channel node. Once you have that, connect the camera's world location to the Start pin. This is where our trace starts from. Now, let's see where our trace ends. Once again, drag from the camera and type Get World Rotation. This tells us where the camera is looking, just like you can rotate your head to look in different directions. Think of the camera as the player's head, as it turns to look where we want. Now we need to set how far our trace will look. Pull from the Get World Rotation node and type Get Forward Vector. This gives us access to the imaginary line that starts from the camera and expands across where we're looking at. Think of the laser pointer again. That's our red laser line right there. Now we need to tell our trace how far across the line we can see. Drag from the forward vector and holding the Shift key, press 8 to get an asterisk, which is the symbol for multiplication. Select the node Vector times Float. Now that you have this node, you can directly type the distance you want your trace to reach. Drag once more and type a plus sign. Select the Vector plus Vector node and connect it to the World Location node, and then to the End pin on the Trace node. Now, pull the green pin from the Vector Float node to the function's input to create a new pin. Now you can set the trace distance without having to open the function. Let's try 300. Next, pull the debug pin in the same manner. Now you can also control debug options without opening the function. Last thing, on the trace node, we have a Boolean pin called return value. This tells us if our laser hits something within the specified distance. Let's make it play a funny sound when that happens. Our function is ready. Add it to your blueprint and assign it to the left mouse button event. Because this is also the button for firing the weapon, disconnect it so you can test without being annoyed by the constant firing. Select Persistent at the debug mode and run the game. Press the left mouse button. It looks like nothing happened, but it's only a matter of perspective. If you move away, you can see your exact trace from the point it started to the point it ended. If you hit something within range, a dot will be added where the trace hit something, and you will hear a funny sound we assigned. Change the distance value to Experiment, and see you next time when we'll put this function to the test. Thanks for watching. Support us on Patreon, like, and subscribe. There's more to come.